So yeah, in this donkey boiler, we essentially made it a rocket stove version. So the rocket stove sits underneath it, and the heat goes through these three chimneys. The idea being that this donkey boiler will create less water but much quicker, so it's going to be used on a more regular basis versus the one we built at the top, which is more for lots of people showering more seldomly or when there's groups of people. So this is generally a more daily use thing. There you can see the water inlet pipe and the water outlet pipe and the three chimneys coming out the top. Here is a top view of the gas bottle with the three chimneys coming through. Again, the idea being that there's sort of more heat transfer that can happen between the heat of the rocket stove coming up through the chimneys and going into the water, and also that way there's less water in this gas bottle, so it'll heat up quicker again. And here we're wanting to figure out the water pressure down here because it seems quite high. The water's coming from, where is it coming from?
It's like 100 meters.
There, yeah, above Lulu's little tiny home up there. So yeah, it's pretty high pressure, and I'll put this little pressure gauge on here, so if I open up here, you can see it clocks up to like...
It's max.
It is, it's actually maxed. Or 6 bar-ish, just over 6 bars, so we're definitely going to try and reduce that to about 2 or so. Something like that. So here you can see us stacking up the bricks around the back. Those 3 piles of bricks essentially are what's going to take the weight of the gas bottle when we put it on top. And in the front there, we're building up the front of the rocket stove to be. And so we've got those rebar rods. And the idea with the rebar was to hold the bricks in towards the wall. Here we're drilling holes so that we can wire the rebar up against the wall. Here we are making up some of the cob. And Lulu's taking the cob up to the donkey boiler up at the top there. And yeah, I'm going to go stamp too.
No, I don't have the right shoes on.
Oh.
Otherwise I would. I'll go barefoot, but... Yes. Mixed well, thanks.
And here's our little rocket stove in the making.
Yeah.
We've put that little pipe in there temporarily, the blue one. We'll take that out once the cobbing's been done. It's just to kind of hold the shape for the chimney itself. Packing a duck. And then those bricks around the side, that's where the gas bottle over here sits on top of. And we've got some little rebars. And then you put a little grid in there like so. Something like that. We'll make the fire on top and put the wood on top. And the air will come in underneath. And yeah, heat should come up the chimney here. And then to the bottom of that gas bottle. And then we've got 3 chimney pipes. So the heat should come out of that from there. And then on this side, we've got the inlet, the water inlet coming in there. So the water will come in on that top one, go down and in there, heat up, and then it should come out this top pipe. And we'll put a pressure relief valve on the top there. Yeah, cycling stuff coming together. And over here we have our cabbages done.
Yeah, well, not quite. The base.
The base done.
Now it's to cob the top of the bottle and the front of the bottle. Are you making video? Yes, not done, Tristan.
This part is done-ish. Look at it.
Yeah,
It looks so lekker.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and there we have quite a lot of it cob, just the last bit to still cob up. And all the plumbing in and out, and that's the relief valve up at the top there. We added the chicken mesh as a way to kind of hold the cob to the actual gas bottle itself. And this is us lighting it up for the first time. And yeah, after burning it, we kind of figured let's try and use a J-type system, which is this, where essentially you feed the wood in from the top. So we burrowed a hole from the top down towards the sort of same burn chamber area, and then the bottom is more just the air intake.
Very subtly. But most of the smoke is coming out the top.
Mm. Gooi.
Yeah.
Yo, now it's too hot to hold my hand and gases.
Yeah, we'll take it out. There is one down here, hey? Yeah, as long as there's one at the bottom. I also just want to open up this tap. There's two little plants that I transplanted.
Cool, so here we have the finished and functioning donkey boiler, rocket style version. It's all happening. I think you saw in the video that we decided to not use that as the fire little hole, so this is just air at the moment. Comes in there, and we instead feed the wood into here. It's, I think, what they call a J system, so the gravity of the wood actually keeps the wood falling in and keeps it going. And this is a little bung. This is a little bung that blocks that little hole up, so it makes sure that the air gets sucked in the bottom and goes straight up and doesn't actually burn out of here. So you just put the wood in and then light it from either the top or inside there, and just bung it up and let it go. And the top is now all closed up. You can see there. See the three chimneys that were welded, 3 chimney pipes that were welded through the tank. And yeah, a little valve from the original gas bottle that doesn't do anything right now. Yeah, very cool. And that again's the plumbing going through there. And the little taps and leaf valve and all hunky-dory. And again, that's the shower. Lekker, thought I'd just show it to you all finished off. Bye.